whatever you do, do not buy a SCUF or an Xbox Elite controller before watching this video. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. This is Jfam. Thanks for joining me. Today I'm doing something a little bit different compared to most videos that we do. And recently I switched from mouse and keyboard to controller on Fortnite because it's just so overpowered. So I picked up this controller here. Let's see. Get the focus. It's called the Fusion Power A. It's very, very similar to the SCUF Elite controller. So I'm going to do an unboxing of this, review it, list some pros and cons, and then show a little bit of a hand cam and some gameplay. So let's get into it. Alright, let's open this bad boy up. As you can see, the packaging is very nice. It's very nice packaging. Well made looking. Wow. Kind of neat. Got a design on the side here. Let's open the case up. We don't need this anymore. Well, I guess it comes with instructions. Let's set that to the side. Wow, it comes with like a nice little carrying case. This is really nice. It says Fusion on there. Made of leather. Nice material. Alright, comes with a really nice cable here. Wow, look at this. Thing's really long. Real durable looking. And I've already used this controller before. I didn't want to do a review on it and not have ever used it, so I put Control Freaks on there just because I like these, so I'll take these off. Here's the controller. It looks very similar, as you can see, to a standard Xbox controller. Really similar. The same grips on the thumbstick, same position of everything. Let's flip this over. As you can see, it has 4 paddles in the back. It also has trigger stops right here for the right and the left. Programming buttons right here. And what's really cool about this controller as well is that these paddles are just so easy to take off. Like, just look, pop that paddle off, and you can pop that paddle off. Just that easy. And if I wanted to move them around, you can take this one off, slide it in, and there they go. And this is how I normally like to play, with just these 2 paddles up here. So it's really nice. It's kind of heavy, but overall it's really nice. It comes with a extra concave thumbstick and a regular dome top thumbstick, and also 2 rings that I believe you can change the color out. Yep, right here. So you can change the color out on them. So really nice presentation, really nice packaging compared to other controllers I've had, like the SCUF or even a regular Xbox controller. The packaging is fantastic. It looks really nice. Let me set this to the side, and I'm going to go over. I've used this controller for a month, and we can compare it to an Xbox Elite controller and also compare it to a SCUF. So I want to go over some pros that I found with this controller. Pros. All right, the number 1 pro we're going to go over is durability. Hopefully I spell this right. Durability. This controller out of the box, that's not it. This controller out of the box, and I've used it for a month, is fantastic. It's very durable. The finish is really nice. It's kind of heavy, but this, the overall build, it doesn't feel cheap. Compared to this Xbox controller, this feels so cheap and just kind of like junk plastic. But this definitely feels fantastic. It feels like it's very well made. Let's clean this up. All right, number 2 is, what I like about this is the grip. The grip on this, it comes with a built, it's hard to tell, but a built rubber finish all the way around. All the way around this controller, it has a rubber finish. The only kind of exposed plastic is right in this area and on the triggers and the top, but this whole finish is like a rubber finish. And I sweat my hands sweat so much when I game. I'm just a sweaty tryhard.
Push up button!
and this grip has definitely helped compared to other controllers. So it's fantastic. That is definitely one of the pros I have found when using this controller. Also, another pro is the cost. This marker does not work. We use that as an eraser. Is the cost. This was $79.99 from Target. You can get it online as well. Compared to my old Scuff, this thing here, which I paid $130 for, I will never buy a Scuff again as long as this controller exists, just because of the pros so far I've discussed, and the price is just fantastic. And one more thing that I want to go over for the pros, which for me is huge because I play controller on PC, and so does my son, is the port. Right here where the cable plugs in is absolutely amazing. It has a locking mechanism. Look at this. It is so durable. It maintains your connection. It doesn't get loose. It doesn't wobble at all. I'm so happy. And I will tell you why. Because as you can see on this is the Scuff Infinity 4PS. Look at this cable. It just moves. It messes the port up, and this connection becomes finicky, and you can lose connection to your PC, which is just awful. Obviously, you don't want your controller to disconnect in the middle of a game. And I've had 2 Scuff 4 FPSs, and they all do this. And a regular PS4 controller does as well. But the new Scuff Impact does have a port very similar to the Xbox port, which is nice. But on all the Scuffs I've had, this right here has been awful. It's just been huge. All right, let's go over some cons, because, I mean, obviously nothing in the world is perfect. So, and I've been playing with the controller for a month, so I want to talk about some things I don't like. Number 1, weight. This thing is pretty heavy. It has the rumblers built into it, and it is heavy. You can't take the rumblers out. And it's definitely heavier than a Scuff. It's definitely heavier than a regular Xbox controller. But once again, it just feels durable. It feels good in the hand. But the weight, if you don't like heavy controllers, this is on the heavy side. I'm not going to lie. Number 2 on the cons list is, we'll just abbreviate it, customizations. This thing is limited. As you can see, the beginning, it came with a different dome thumbstick and to change the color out on these. But other than that, compared to a Scuff where you can do pretty much anything you want with this controller, it's very basic. For me, that doesn't matter at all. I could care less. It's just a controller. Nobody's seeing it but me. So it doesn't really matter to me customization-wise, especially for $79. You know, I'm not going to expect a beautiful, amazing looking colorization, you know, to the controller. So that's not a huge issue for me, but if it is for you, then you might want to try something else, just to be honest. But that is not a strong, you know, con to me, but maybe to somebody else. And the major issue as far as overall performance, I don't know why I erased con, is the paddle. We'll just write placement, just abbreviate it. So I didn't like these long ones at the bottom, which is nice. It's customizable in the factor of switching the paddle. So I put these on top. But here is the issue you'll see, is that when you take the small one off and you put the big one on top, which I like a lot, and you put the small one on the bottom, now look, you can't use it. It's just overlapping. It's just a nightmare. That one didn't snap in. There we go. So you can see it's not going to work. So I didn't like how up here, the small one's up here and the long one's down here. It just feels really weird in my hand. My hands aren't even that big either. So I really like this long paddle up top, which, like I just showed you, if you like the long paddle on top, it's going to limit you to only 2 paddles. So that was definitely a con for me. But it's not a huge issue because I only play with 2 paddles. So I just wanted to make sure you guys understood that in the video. And last and final thing I want to compare this to is the overall quality. Quality. The quality. This thing so far, it's a month I've used it, and it's held up. It's perfect. It's amazing. I'm very happy with it. I've had so many scuffs in the past, and for me personally, I will never go back to a scuff. You can see these are very durable and strong. Even though I have control freaks on, this rubber is very strong on this. The scuffs, all of it is very, you can see it's ripped off halfway on the thumbstick. This thumbstick is completely chipped off and broken. And trust me, I did not chew on this thing. So I like these thumbsticks over these. These are very soft rubber. They always wear out and turn to crap. Once again, this port is junk. One of the paddles stopped working on this as well. Overall, I just think this controller, for the price and all the pros, just outweigh the cons. It is just, in my mind, way better than a scuff. I would go with this all day long. And if you fully customize this, you could almost buy 3 of these things compared to the price of a fully customized scuff. So it's just crazy. I love this controller. So let's dive into some gameplay, show you a little hand cam, and go from there.